What if you hit 60 and realized you had nothing saved for retirement? No cushion, no plan, just bills, worry, and a clock that keeps ticking. If that's you, take a breath. You're not alone, and you're not out of time. Millions of people find themselves here after decades of working, raising kids, doing the best they could. Life happened. Savings didn't. But this isn't the end of the story. In this video, I'm sharing 12 realistic, proven steps you can take, starting today, to build security, peace of mind, and a future you still get to shape. Don't let shame stop you. Let action carry you forward. Let's dive in and take back control, one smart step at a time. Tip 1. Forgive yourself and start fresh. Before we talk about money, we need to talk about mindset. Because if you're over 60 with no savings, there's a good chance you're carrying more than just financial stress. You're carrying guilt, regret, maybe even shame. But let me tell you something clearly. You did what you had to do. You raised a family. You worked hard. You survived things no spreadsheet could measure. So no more beating yourself up. It's time to stop looking back and start looking ahead. Yes, it would have been easier to start at 30, but starting at 60 is still starting. And starting now, with clarity and purpose, is a lot more powerful than staying stuck in blame. Forgiving yourself doesn't mean ignoring the problem. It means giving yourself permission to solve it, with courage, not criticism. This is your fresh start. Not because it's easy, but because you're finally ready. The steps we'll cover next won't work without this one. So, take a breath. Say it out loud if you need to. I'm starting now, and I'm done beating myself up. Let's keep going. Tip 2. Get crystal clear on where you stand. You can't fix what you won't face. And when it comes to retirement with no savings, step 2 is getting brutally honest about where you are, right now. This isn't about judgment. It's about clarity, because clarity gives you power. Grab a notebook or open a blank spreadsheet. Write down your current income, monthly expenses, debts, credit cards, loans, anything you owe, assets, anything of value, even small things. Your timeline. How many years until you want to slow down? This exercise might feel overwhelming at first, like standing under bright lights after sitting in the dark. But you need those lights on to see the path forward. A lot of people guess their situation. I think I spend about, I'm probably okay if, that won't cut it. When you know your real numbers, you can spot leaks, identify opportunities, and take action that actually moves the needle. You wouldn't start a road trip without checking your gas tank. Retirement is no different. This step is your financial GPS, and once it's turned on, you're not lost anymore. You're just getting started, with your eyes wide open. Tip 3. Downsize with purpose. If you're over 60 with no retirement savings, your biggest opportunity might not be to earn more, but to spend less on the big stuff. And housing is often the biggest. Whether you own or rent, it's time to ask, do I really need this much space, this much cost, this much maintenance? Downsizing isn't just about moving into a smaller home. It's about buying yourself breathing room. Less space can mean lower utility bills, lower property taxes, and fewer things to fix. And it doesn't have to feel like giving up. Think of it as a reset, a chance to simplify and realign your lifestyle with your real goals: freedom, peace of mind, flexibility. Can you rent out a room? Move to a more affordable area? Sell your home and cash out some equity? Share a home with family or another senior? These aren't signs of failure, they're signs of strategy. Every dollar you free up is a dollar that can go toward building a better future, even if you're starting late. You don't need more house, you need more margin. And downsizing, when done with purpose, gives you exactly that. Tip 4. Audit every expense. 30-day money cleanse. Most people think they know where their money goes until they track it. Here's your challenge. For the next 30 days, write down every single expense. Yes, every coffee, Every gas fill-up, every subscription, every just this once. Call it a spending cleanse. No shame, no judgment, just awareness. Why? Because hidden patterns are costing you more than you think. That $20 here, $50 there, it adds up. And in your 60-second, small leaks can sink the whole ship. You don't need a fancy app. A notebook works fine. Or use a simple spreadsheet. The goal is to see your reality clearly, without filters or guesses. You might be shocked, you might be relieved. But either way, you'll be in control, and that changes everything. Once the 30 days are up, review what's essential and what's just noise. Cancel what doesn't serve you. Trim the excess. Free up cash. This step isn't just about cutting, it's about clarity. Because clarity creates freedom, and freedom is what retirement is really about, whether you're 40 years in or just getting started now. Tip 5. Find money you forgot about. If you think you have nothing, you might be missing something. Now's the time to go treasure hunting. Not for gold, but for forgotten money. You'd be surprised how often people overlook financial resources they already have. Start by checking for unclaimed money from old jobs, banks, or insurance refunds. Lost retirement accounts, maybe from a job decades ago. Old pensions or Social Security statements. Overlooked benefits like veterans aid, utility discounts, or tax credits. Even unused gift cards, electronics, or tools you can sell. There are online databases like missingmoney.com in the US that help you check for unclaimed assets with just your name and state. You might not strike it rich, but even a few $100s could jumpstart a savings fund, pay off a bill, or buy you peace of mind. This is about squeezing value out of every corner of your financial life. Because when you're starting late, every dollar counts. And sometimes, it's not about earning more. It's about reclaiming what's already yours. This step costs you nothing, just a bit of time. But it could uncover opportunity hiding in plain sight. Let's move into step 6 and start turning what you know into what you earn. Tip 6. Monetize your skills. Yes, you have them. You may not have a retirement account, but you do have something incredibly valuable. Your experience. The truth is, you've built a lifetime of skills. From work, from parenting, from problem solving, from life. And those skills, someone out there needs them. Can you cook, organize, write, fix things, teach, babysit, sew? Can you help a local business answer phones or schedule appointments part-time? Could you tutor a student, walk a dog, run errands for busy parents, or offer elder care to someone just a few years older than you? You don't need a resume or a fancy title. You just need to identify what you're good at and offer it. There are dozens of platforms, like TaskRabbit, Care.com, or even Facebook Marketplace, where seniors are finding flexible, meaningful ways to earn on the side. Or, skip the internet, start local. Word of mouth is still powerful. You don't have to start a business. You just need to start thinking like someone with value, because you are. Even an extra $200, $500 a month can go a long way when you're rebuilding late in the game. Don't sell yourself short. You've spent decades learning. Now it's time to start earning your way. So far, we've talked about forgiving yourself, getting clear on your finances, and finding creative ways to reduce costs and earn more. Now I'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment below and tell me, which of these first 6 steps feels most doable for you right now? Or is there something you've already tried that worked for you? Your story might inspire someone else who's watching, someone who's feeling stuck or scared, just like you were. And if this video is speaking to you, hit the like button so YouTube knows to show it to more people in the same boat. Alright, ready to keep going? Let's jump into tip 7. Tip 7. Work longer, but smarter. The idea of retirement at 65 is outdated, especially if you're 60 with no savings. But working longer doesn't have to mean dragging yourself through a job you hate. It's about working smarter, on your terms, at your pace, in a way that actually fits the life you want to live. If you can keep working, even part-time, you buy yourself more time to save, invest, and delay dipping into Social Security. But more importantly, you buy options. Don't want to stay in your current job? That's okay. Maybe you retire from that role and move into something new. A part-time gig at a local library, a seasonal job at a park or garden center, a remote role with flexible hours, a small business you run from your kitchen table. At this stage, it's not just about income, it's about sustainability. Finding work that gives you structure, purpose, and a paycheck without burning you out. Many seniors find they actually enjoy working when it's by choice, not desperation. And even a few extra years of income can completely shift your retirement timeline. So don't count yourself out. Just count yourself back in, on your terms. Tip 8. Delay Social Security strategically. If you haven't saved much, or anything, for retirement, your Social Security check becomes even more important. And the timing of when you claim it? That could make thousands of dollars worth of difference over your lifetime. Here's what many people don't realize. For every year you delay taking Social Security past your full retirement age, up to age 70, your benefit increases by about 8%. That means if you can wait, even just 1 or 2 extra years, your monthly check could be significantly larger for the rest of your life. Let's say your benefit at 62 would be $1,200 a month. If you wait until 70, it might be more like $2,000 a month. That's an extra $800 a month for life. Delaying isn't always possible for everyone. But if you're still working, or if you've found a side income to bridge the gap, it could be one of the most powerful financial moves you make. And remember, Social Security isn't just about you. It can affect survivor benefits for your spouse, too. So, before you rush to file, take a breath. Run the numbers. Sometimes, waiting really does pay off. Tip 9. Protect your health, not just your wealth. We talk a lot about saving money, earning more, and stretching dollars. But there's something even more valuable than your income, your health. Because poor health is expensive, doctor visits, medications, hospital stays, mobility aids, it all adds up fast. And if you're forced to stop working earlier than planned because of health issues, that can derail everything. So here's the truth. Your health is part of your retirement plan. The stronger and more mobile you are, the longer you can stay independent, active, and even continue earning if you choose to. You don't need a personal trainer or a fancy diet. Start simple. Daily walks, stretching, less sugar, more water, a few home-cooked meals instead of processed ones, and regular checkups. Mental health matters too. Stress, isolation, and anxiety take a toll, financially and emotionally. So build in time for social connection, quiet moments, or even just a good laugh. Your energy is currency. And protecting your body, even in small, daily ways, pays off in years, dollars, and quality of life. Invest in yourself. You're the most valuable asset you have. Tip 10. Create a mini retirement fund. If you're over 60 and starting from zero, the idea of saving enough for retirement can feel overwhelming, maybe even pointless. But it's not. Because you don't need to save everything, you just need to start saving something. Think of it as a mini retirement fund, not $1 million, not even $100,000. Just a small, steady pot of money that you build with intention. Even if all you can set aside is $25 a week, that's over $1,200 in a year. Do that for 5 years? That's more than $6,000, not including interest or growth. And that's without big raises, windfalls, or selling everything you own. The point isn't perfection, it's consistency. Saving even a small amount builds confidence. It gives you momentum. It gives you options. You might use that fund for an emergency, or to reduce debt, or to take pressure off your Social Security check. Whatever the amount, it represents something powerful, that you're no longer in survival mode. You're building. You're moving forward. It's not about catching up all at once. It's about proving to yourself and your future that you're not done yet. Tip 11. Get support, not silence. Let's be honest. Talking about money can be uncomfortable, especially when you feel like you're behind. But silence, that's where shame grows. That's where people stay stuck. You are not meant to do this alone. There is no weakness in asking for help. In fact, it's one of the strongest, smartest things you can do at this stage. That might mean having an honest conversation with a spouse or adult child. It might mean reaching out to a nonprofit financial counselor in your area. It might mean joining an online community of others, rebuilding their retirement plans later in life. You don't need to spill your life story to the world, but you do need someone in your corner, someone to brainstorm with, to check your thinking, to remind you that you are not the only one figuring this out. Support isn't always financial. Sometimes, it's just someone who says, "Keep going, you've got this." Don't let pride rob you of progress. Asking for help isn't admitting failure. It's opening the door to a better future. And you never know. The person you open up to might need the conversation just as much as you do. Tip 12. Stay hopeful and keep learning. When you're over 60 with no retirement savings, it's easy to feel like the clock has run out, like you missed your shot, and now it's just about survival. But here's the truth. You're not done. You're not too late. And the future isn't fixed. It's still being written. Hope isn't just a feeling. It's a strategy. When you stay hopeful, you stay open. You keep looking for solutions, for opportunities, for what can be done instead of what can't. And the best way to feed that hope? Keep learning. Read books. Watch videos like this one. Ask questions. Learn about saving, investing, tax strategies, side income ideas. Not to impress anyone, but to empower yourself. Every bit of knowledge gives you another tool in your toolbox. And you don't need to master everything, you just need to keep showing up. You've made it through a lifetime of hard things. This is just your next chapter. Hope isn't about pretending everything is fine. It's about knowing you still have choices and taking them one by one. Because your story's not over. And your future? It might surprise you. Bonus tip 1. Explore the HECM strategy. Reverse mortgage. If you own your home, or most of it, your equity could be more than just locked up value. It could actually become a lifeline. One option worth exploring is a home equity conversion mortgage, also called a reverse mortgage. The idea is simple. Instead of you paying the bank pays you, either in monthly payments, a line of credit, or a lump sum, using the equity in your home. The key here? It doesn't mean you lose your home. You stay in it. You maintain ownership. And in many cases, you eliminate your monthly mortgage payment entirely. This strategy isn't for everyone. It depends on your age, equity amount, and long-term plans. But for seniors 62 and older, it can be a game changer, especially if you're house rich and cash poor. Talk to a HUD-approved counselor or trusted advisor first, not a pushy salesman, but keep it on your radar, because sometimes the answer isn't earning more, it's unlocking what you already have. Bonus tip 2. Read books that shift your mindset. You don't need a finance degree to rebuild your future. You just need the right mindset and the right guidance. Some books can completely reframe how you see money, even later in life. If you're starting from scratch, here are a few timeless reads. The Richest Man in Babylon, a simple, story-based book about saving and building wealth on any income. Think and Grow Rich, a classic on mindset, motivation, and long-term vision. And if you're more of a listener, both are available as audiobooks too. The goal isn't to become a financial expert overnight. It's to stay curious, to learn something new that helps you take just one step forward. Because when you stay teachable, you stay powerful. And it's never too late to learn something that could change everything. Bonus tip 3. Start a small, simple side hustle. You don't need to start a big business. You don't need to go viral. But a small, simple side hustle can create real income and give you purpose along the way. Ask yourself, what do people already ask me for help with? Do you cook, knit, babysit, fix things, write, listen? Could you tutor kids after school, watch pets while neighbors travel, offer rides to seniors who don't drive, help someone organize their closet or declutter their garage? There are thousands of ways to earn a little extra, right from your home or around your community. You don't need a logo or website, just a skill and someone who needs it. A side hustle doesn't have to be forever, but it can buy time, build confidence, and even open doors you never saw coming. And you might find that work feels different when it's on your terms, doing something you actually enjoy. In retirement, the goal isn't just to stop working, it's to start choosing. So let's take a breath and look back. You've now got 12 practical, realistic steps you can take, even if you're over 60 and starting from zero. And on top of that, a few bonus ideas. Tapping into your home's equity through a reverse mortgage. Reading simple but powerful books that reshape how you see money. And starting a side hustle that lets you earn while doing something you already enjoy. None of this is magic, and none of it happens overnight. But with each step you take, each decision to get clear, to earn a little more, to spend a little less, you're building something far more important than a savings account. You're building hope. You're building momentum. You're proving to yourself that it's not too late. If any part of this video gave you clarity or encouragement, I'd love to hear it. Drop a comment and tell me, which step will you take first? Or what's one thing that gave you hope today? And if you haven't already, hit like, subscribe, and tap the bell so you don't miss the next video. Your story isn't over, and what you do next might just be the most powerful chapter yet. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.